Hey everyone, okay, so today's video is all about oil control, long-lasting makeup. Now, I'm going to show you how I go about doing that. What we want is for our makeup to look really good first thing in the morning, right the way to the end of the day. We want it to look exactly the same. And with summer, our faces, we tend to get a little bit more oily, our skin produces more oil, and that can wreak havoc with our makeup. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create this look, which is this bronzy, healthy look, but how to show you how to keep it from day all the way until night. So let's make a start. So first thing I'm going to do is apply a couple of pumps of moisturizer, and I'm just going to apply this to my skin. Next, I'm going to use the Makeup Primer Spray, and this is by Skindinavia, and this is the oil control version. Now, what this does is it helps to even out the skin tone and reduce pore size, but it's really going to allow the makeup to adhere to the skin, because that's what we want, the makeup to actually adhere to the face and not go anywhere. So this is why I'm using this. You're going to use 2 to 4 pumps on your face. So I'm going to go straight down and then in an X. I'm just going to let that absorb for a minute. With that complete, we're now going to move on. Now, I like to do things in slightly different ways. So rather than start with the foundation, I'm actually going to start with a bit of bronzer. Now, I'm going to be using a little bit of bronzer around the outside perimeters of my face, areas that would naturally get slightly bronzed in the sun. So I'm just going to start on the outside corners by the hairline. So I just want to darken these areas where I know I would get hit by the sun. I'm also going to apply it to the cheekbone area, just knocking off all the excess on my brush, right by the temples, just to create more of a glow, just across the jawline and then down onto the neck, because we want everything to blend. Next, I'm going to take a blusher. Now, again, remember, I'm trying to mimic the effects of summer. I want the skin to look like you've been out walking in the sun, you've been to the beach, you've caught the most beautiful glow on the skin. So this is how I'm going to apply the blusher. It's going to be a little bit different to normal. I'm going to start just over the arch of the brow, and I'm going to create quite a hard line. So 2 lines straight up here. Then I'm going to go across the bridge of the nose, and then high up onto the cheekbone and creating it in an arc. So it's going to look a bit odd to begin with. But we're going to mimic the effects of the sun with this. And this is my go-to routine for beautiful summer looks, because when it's all blended, it looks stunning. So next I'm going to take a foundation. Now you can use a cream or a powder if you want, or a liquid. I'm going to use powder. So I'm going to start in the center and buff all the way out. So I'm going to start in the forehead, and then I'm just going to buff all of this all over the skin. And this is taking away the lines, and it's going to leave that glow behind so that the blusher is coming through the skin, not sitting on top of it. So now you can see how the skin now looks really, really healthy. It looks like I've been out in the sun. It looks like I've caught a little bit of the sun, but it's not overdone because the blusher is coming through the skin. The bronzer is coming through the skin as opposed to laying on top. So I'm just going to go through the brows with a tiny bit of brow gel. And this is just to give them a bit of, groom them slightly, make sure that there's no product hanging over from the foundation. Next, we're going to set the skin, and this is really important. This is where the magic happens. Now, a lot of setting sprays claim to set the makeup, but they don't. They just remove any powder residue, making the skin look more lifelike, and I've spoken about this a lot before. So I'm going to be using Skindinavia, and this is the makeup finishing spray in the oil control version. Now, this controls shine on the skin, but without drying the skin, which is incredibly important. And because it's light and breathable, you're not going to get that heavy rebound effect, which means that more oil is produced as the day goes on. So I'm going to spray this the same principle as before. 4 sprays in a cross and then an X, and then just allow that to absorb in the skin. To complete this look, because it's nearly complete, and I honestly love the way this looks. I think it just looks so healthy. You can just, you just look so healthy. I'm going to apply a really faint amount of mascara to the lashes. So it's just a smattering, but it's just enough to give the eyes a bit more brightness. I'm going to apply a little slick of a lip balm onto the lips. And to complete the look, I'm going to apply a tiny amount of highlighter just on the inner corners of the eye. So right here around the tear duct. And that completes the look. So as you can see, everything looks flawless. It's all blended, and I know full well that it's going to stay from now until later. In fact, I'm actually going to prove that to you. I'm going to refilm this later, as in I'll come back on screen and you can see my face, so you can see how long it holds up. So it is 10:05 here in the morning at the moment. So I will come back a bit later on and show you the result and show you that this makeup will look pretty much exactly the same even late tonight. See you a bit. Okay, so we're back and it is 8:22 in the evening and here's my face. Looks pretty much exactly the same. Best thing I always think about summer is light days and light evenings. It makes me so happy to see the sunlight. Just to see brightness is a wonderful thing. Now again, all the information on everything I use here is in the description bar. And again, Skindinavia is having a 20% sale off right now, including 2 free travel sprays and free shipping. So all the information on that and everything else is right down there. And I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.